Morning, guys. When are we happiest? Let's think about that question. And if we think about it, for most of us, the answer will be when we love what we do. So today, Conor McGregor reminds us to love what we do. This is the most important thing. This is what gives us the drive, the energy to be our true great selves. And he shares with us his life story. He loves fighting. Of course, it's physical fighting. For us, it doesn't have to be that. But he loves it so much that he thinks about it wherever he goes. He carries it with him. To him, he doesn't think that that's unhealthy. He thinks that just living a regular, normal routine like everyone else, going to work 9 to 5, that's unhealthy for him. He wants to pursue his passion, the thing he loves, and he believes that that is healthy for him, and it's made him feel great. So how can we apply this today in our life? What do you love to do? Have a great morning, everyone. Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. That power that's available to you all the time, wherever you are in life. That power to reconnect to your greatest gift right now. Your presence, your being. Your infinitely intelligent being. The same stuff we're all made of. And with that stuff that we're made of, we can control the most powerful supercomputer in the universe. Your mind. But only you can do it. Only you can control your own mind. So let's do that right now, and let's see the future. Today, our time together, let's see ourselves doing the best we can on every single exercise and stretch. For this is not only the gym that we have available to us right now, in this space wherever we are, but it is also the gym of life, where we grow our minds all the time. Good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? Another great day, wherever we are. Today for myself, I'm indoors. Maybe you yourself are indoors as well too, wherever you are. Let's go. Let's make this the best gym period we've ever had. It may not be exactly where we want to be. We may not be in school or at work where we really want to be, but wherever we are right now, let's do this to the best of our ability. Here we go, determination, here we go. When I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot for 1 minute. Ready, and go. And as always, we're thinking about our breathing, focused on our breathing. Feeling that power of us always being able to control our breath. Even when our heart starts beating faster, whether it's through exercise, whether it's through something stressful, something maybe we might be afraid of or we don't like, we get to control our breathing. The same way, we get to control our thoughts. And our thoughts affect our feelings. So if we can control our thoughts, we can control our feelings. Almost there, everyone. Almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Determination. Keep going. And stop. All right. You can walk on the spot, or you can walk side to side as you recover your breathing. Always feeling that power of you controlling your breathing. This is the best. What we have right now, wherever you are, you've got your mind and your body in the gym of life. And you get to be your best right now on whatever stretches, exercises we're about to do together. Here we go. Here we go. Determination. That's why I love gym. Gym is the best. Grow your mind in the gym of life. Here we go. Let's do 10 shoulder rolls forward. Ready, everyone? Here we go. The best 10 shoulder rolls forward ever. Still controlling our breathing. Shoulders all the way up and around as high as we can towards our ears. And backwards. Again, feel the power of you controlling your body right now. In these simple movements, simple motions, you get to control your body. The way you control your mind. Same way. Alright, and let's do arm circles forward, everyone. Arm circles forward. 10 big ones forward. Feeling the joy of our arms moving through space. Alright, and backwards. Excellent. Alright, everyone, let's put our hands on our hips, bend the knees, and side stretch. There we go. 5 on each side. Alright, and let's twist our bodies. Here we go. Feet flat on the floor. 5 on each side. Really thinking about what we're doing. Really trying to feel every part of our body as it's moving in space. Alright, good. Okay, let's do 5 push-ups together. Here we go. 5 push-ups. Best 5 push-ups. Again, if you got to keep your knees on the ground, that's okay. Just do your best, always. And 5 sit-ups. Excellent. And standing up. 5 squats. Here we go. Body straight ahead, looking straight ahead. All the way down. All the way up. Alright. Let's do 3 lunges on each side. Here we go. Arms out. Still controlling our breathing. Alright, and let's do a 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Again, feeling the joy of you pushing your body a little bit outside its comfort zone. Because you know that's where the growth is. Alright, everyone, and standing up. Reach for the ceiling on your toes. Or the sky if you're outdoors. Today I happen to be indoors. If you are outdoors, reach for that sky. If you're indoors, reaching for that ceiling. We may not touch it yet, or ever, but we're going to reach, we're going to strive. Just like we do in life, no matter what. Okay, now reach for your toes. Again, it's okay if you don't touch your toes, but keep your knees straight. Reaching for your toes. Feeling the pull in the back of your leg. Not the pain, just a little bit of a pull. All right, come on up and let's balance. Grab one leg, find that balance, bend the other knee. Well done, everyone. Keep going. Keep thinking about what you're doing right now. And switch. Again, feel the pull on the front of the thigh. Bend the other leg. Find that balance. If you lose it, just try to work hard to get it back and then hold it there. Excellent. All right, now let's hug our knee. Here we go, all the way up. And try to steady that other foot on the ground. Bend the knee if you have to and pull all the way up. Hold it for 10. Always working hard to find that balance. Where we balance our thoughts, our mind, balance our bodies, wherever we are in space. All right, and switch. Just always think of safety too. Make sure you have enough space, clearance around you, in case you do lose your balance. Hold it there. Well done. Okay, good. And let's sit down, everybody.
Of discontent. Now Pedro taking on the corner of the defence. Threads it through. Spare man. Oh, Messi! Xavi. Now, with one-touch football. Messi. Excellent anticipation play. This from Barcelona. Messi's at the end of it. Magical. From the wing. Messi's in support. Messi draws defenders. What a goal. It wouldn't be. Barcelona game without a Lionel Messi goal. They've come up against, well, the Predators, and they've given it away. It's Messi.
Les Brown is one of the greatest motivational speakers of all time, and today you get to see him in a whole new way. This is not just Les delivering his classic message, it's Les opening up and coaching my mastermind members, going deep into the struggles, the breakthroughs, and the lessons that shaped his life. You will hear raw stories about pain, healing, and discovering the voice inside you that refuses to stay quiet. If you've ever doubted yourself, this session will wake up the fighter in you and give you the courage to use your story as the bridge to reach the people you're meant to serve. Get ready, because this is Les Brown like you've never seen him before. If you've been here before, drop a hashtag Believe in the comments below so I can feature you here in a future video. And if you're new, welcome to Believe Nation, the only channel that helps you believe in yourself daily, one video at a time. Believe.
Thank you very kindly. It's such a pleasure to be able to speak with you. How many of you have children? Raise your hands, please. And how many of you know the most difficult people in the world to train would be your children? You know, I've got my daughter here with me. We had an experience. We were speaking before like 3,000 people. And so we were using an acronym on the pastor's name. And so Ona got a revelation. And we had just one microphone. I want you to take it from there and tell her what happened.
Bishop T.D. Jakes, it was his conference, and we were doing an acronym with the word Jakes, the last name. And as Dad was talking and doing his portion, because we went back and forth, I think he took the J, I took the A, I took the K, he did the E, and I was supposed to do the S. And while he was talking, I realized, I think that's the way it went, or maybe I started. But anyway, I realized, wait a minute, Jake's has 5 letters in it. And then for my Bible people, I started thinking about the story of David and Goliath and the 5 smooth stones. And so I wanted to share that because I said, there's some Davids. Anyone familiar with the story? Okay. Anyone not? You can say it. We're not going to look at you like you're a sinner. Basically, Goliath was this giant, and he got into this battle with David, who was a small, country boy, and he had 5 smooth stones that he was able to have in a slingshot. And the chances of him winning against this giant was slim to none, but he won.
So here we are, 1 microphone. I was talking, so owner comes up to get the microphone because I'm ready to wind it up. And so we're going back and forth on stage.
We're wrestling. I'm like, give me the mic. I got to share this.
Looking like, what's going on?
As I grabbed the mic and ran to the other end of the stage, I told them, I said, listen, there's some Davids in this room and some Davettes in this room, and you might feel small, but trust me, you can win against the Goliaths of your life. You got this. And then finally, when we were back signing books and autographs and taking pictures, this old lady came up and she said, you know, I saw what happened on that stage. And we said, what? She said, well, it was the angel was trying to give us a powerful message, but the devil was trying to take the mic from her. And I'm glad the angel won. So Dad was like, is she talking about me? It was the first time he had ever been called the devil. But that experience was very interesting because I personally ran from speaking until it caught me. I didn't see myself as a speaker. I didn't see myself as someone who could take the stage before thousands. And I was shy and introverted. Any shy people in the room? Shy people unite. If you can't raise your hand, just blink your eyes, I'll see you. So as a result of being shy and introverted, it was something that Dad had to trick me into.
She would not speak, all right? So I said, I know she's got a voice in there. And all of you have a voice. You have a power voice. I know it's back there. And so she would just come and she would just support me. But getting her on stage to speak, that was out of the question. So go ahead. So how I set it up. Go ahead.
Okay. So basically we had a time in our lives where we were in the eye of the storm. Has anyone ever been in the eye of the storm with your family where you're getting back-to-back blows? And he had just been diagnosed with prostate cancer and given 3 to 5 years to live. And so I moved him in with me and gave him the master bedroom. I took the guest bedroom. And every day we were doing the things that we had learned to do in self-development. We were reading and praying and meditating and playing peaceful, healing music. And I was juicing organic fruits and vegetables to feed life to the cells. And it was a journey of healing and getting the toxic people, the draining vampires out of his life that would come around and just show up as takers when they needed something. And so during that time, Dad said to me, Ona, I need you to come in. I need to confide in you about something. I said, Dad, you can talk to me about anything. What is it? Because he was bedridden and he was going through a lot of pain. And he said, listen, I need to tell you something. I need to share something with you. I said, anything, Dad. What is it? He said, well, I've been eavesdropping on your phone calls. I said, is that right? He said, yes. I said, and why would you do that? He said, well, because I was bored and I didn't have nothing else to do. He said, but as a result of me being nosy, I made an amazing discovery, Ona. I said, what is that? He said, you are a powerful speaker and a powerful coach. You're just using the telephone as your microphone. I said, what you talking about, Willis? He said 99.9% of the people that call here, you uplift them, you encourage them, you give them methods and techniques to take their lives to the next level. He said, Ona, you can do what I do. I said, no, I cannot. He said, yes, you can. I said, no, I cannot. He said, yes, you can. Anybody ever fought for your limitations? So here's the thing he's always said, if you fight, repeat after me, if you fight for your limitations, you may just get to keep them. So here I am convincing my dad that I cannot do what he does. And he's convincing me that I can. He's trying to. And I'm telling him, listen, I know who I am. I'm your number one salesperson in the back of the room, showing my age. I sold the CDs and the tapes, okay? If you don't know what a tape is, you're too young, look it up. But I said, I'm the person that negotiated your first highest paid international contract. I do the research on the corporations and give you the outline so that you can give a powerful presentation and get a standing ovation. I'm behind the scenes. I know who I am. He said, but you can do what I can do. I said, no, I can't. And so we kept going back and forth. And then finally, he used wisdom. Let me hear you say wisdom. Raise your energy up. Wisdom. He said, you know what? Maybe you're not a speaker. Maybe you're not a coach, but you sure tell a great story. I said, now I do tell a pretty good story. I do tell a good story now. He said, well, would you be willing to come on stage and just tell a story? You ain't got to speak or nothing. I said, okay, I'll come on stage and tell a story, but I'm not speaking. Duh, I still can't believe he tricked me with that. So I get on stage and I'm telling a story and I'm having this connection that I feel between myself and the audience. And I'm watching people have these aha moments. And I got back up and I told another story and I threw in a statistic and I backed it up with a scripture. And I kept getting up and just telling these stories. And people will come up and say, wow, you really spoke into my life. You helped me. You inspired me. I came here to see your dad, but I never thought his child would touch me. And so I was just doing that, just telling these stories and telling these stories. And then finally one day I got up there and I was supposed to be up for about 10 or 15 minutes and I got to going and I was really feeling myself and it was a good 30 or 40 minutes strong and I was in this rhythm and Dad came up and said, excuse me, can I get the mic? I said, back up, brother, I'm on a roll. I say that to say, repeat after me, there's more in me. I've only scraped the surface of my potential. So that's the thing that I like to encourage people to understand because oftentimes I believe we write things off for ourselves. And we put ourselves in these boxes and we label ourselves and say, this is who I am. This is what I've done. This is what I'm good at. But we have no idea what else is in there. Repeat after me, it's in there. Like Prego. It's in there. We're my television commercial people. You know what I'm talking about, the Prego? Okay. So if you know it's in there, it's a matter of how do we get it to come to the surface? How do we get it to actually begin to come forth? And that's what I do as the message midwife. I've been labeled the message midwife. I've never given birth to a child, but whenever I help a person to give birth to their unique message that they want to share with the world, I feel like I'm helping the world to become better. And it's a birthing process. And I remember how that happened because Dad would say to me, Ona, this is a former stay-at-home mom, an athlete, an attorney, a doctor, and they got a message in them. And they've paid me the money, and I've already spent it, but I just need you to work with them and get the message out because I got a flight to catch. Bye.
Good afternoon, guys. How's it going so far? Have you done one thing that you love doing today? If you haven't, if your day is still not one where you found something you love to do, think about what it is that you really don't love doing. So if you're in a moment right now where you are absolutely miserable, you're not happy doing what you're doing, maybe you're in a job, you're just doing it just to get by, pay the bills, start thinking about how the intensity of that feeling can be turned around. How can you start thinking about what the opposite of that is? What is the thing that will make you happy, will make you feel fulfilled? What is that thing that you love doing? And start thinking about opportunities wherever you are today where you can look and maybe find a chance to even put that thinking into practice. The day's not over. Believe in yourself. Never give up on finding what you love to do. And it could be right beside you right now. Have a great afternoon, everyone. And reaching for our toes, straight knees again. Reaching is what matters. If you don't get to your toes, that's okay as long as you're reaching. Feeling the pull on the back of your legs. Not the pain, just a little bit of a pull. Okay, V shape with your legs. Now reach for the floor as far away from your body as you can. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Okay, now reach for one side and hold it there again. Always thinking about the moment, thinking about what we're doing right now. Experiencing the joy of being able to reach for something to help our bodies get better. And switch the other side. See, you can do this almost anytime, any place. You can work on your mind and your body wherever you go in life, in everything you do, not just in exercise and stretches. All right, here we go. And let's do feet together. Gently push your knees down with your elbows and hold it there for 10 seconds. If you feel your breathing going on autopilot or becoming automatic again, take control of that. Deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. One leg forward, one leg back. Keep the knee on the ground. Go as far back as you can. Hold it there. 10 seconds. And switch to the other side. Knee on the ground. Go as far back as you can. Always remembering that you are the boss of your mind, and your mind is the boss of your body. That makes you the big boss. You get to control yourself. You get to use your determination no matter what. All right. And let's roll onto our bellies and push the floor. Looking up at the ceiling. Cobra stretch. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Feeling that nice stretch in our lower back, neck, back of our arms. All right, and legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Taking deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now, activating that third eye, that mind's eye that we all have. We can't see it, but we know it's there. So use your mind's eye right now to see yourself doing the best you can today when that music goes on whatever 2 exercises, stretches you've chosen to do. For me, today I'm going to be holding the push-up position for one song, the first song, and then I'm going to be holding the squat position for the second song, as long as I can. And if I happen to let go or not be able to hold it, I'm going to continue on until that song's over. What about you? You can put on your own 2 songs today, and you can do your own exercises. But think about which exercises you're going to do right now, safely within the space you have. You can do what I'm doing. You can listen to what I'm listening to, or you can choose your own. But whatever you do, Determine right now, see in your mind what you will do when that music goes on. All right, determination, here I go, holding the push-up position. And let's go, whatever you're doing, whatever you've decided, let's see it. Let's see your best. Here we go together. Let's go, determination, let's go. Looking forward to being better than we were last time, a little bit more than last time. See if I can hold it for the whole song, let's see. Wasn't able to do it last time we did this together, or the last time I did it on my own, but I'm gonna work at it right now. Because I love the process of trying to get better at something. Whether it's building strength in my body, building strength in my mind, working on creating nothing but positive images, thoughts, visions in my mind, working on being the best human being I can be. What about you? What is it for you? Whatever it is, just enjoy the process of learning, growing together, whatever we're doing. And sometimes we're going to feel that discomfort. Like right now, I can already feel my muscles already uncomfortable. But then I can feel my determination saying, I get to determine whether I'm going to stop or keep going, no matter what. You too, let's go, determination, let's go. Alright. Didn't get through the whole song, but I'm gonna get right back at it again. Song's not over, gotta keep going. There we go, shaking it up. Not being mad that we didn't get to where we want to be yet, but feeling happy that we get to go at it again. Here we go. Always thinking about our breathing. Always thinking about finishing strong, no matter what. Always going right to the end, finishing what we set out to do, no matter what. Got more in me. I know I got a little bit more. We gotta keep going. You too, whatever you're doing, keep going. Determination, keep going. Let's go. It's not over yet. The song's still playing. Focus on that breathing. Good air in. Bad air out. Here we go. Another round. I love it. I love the process of building our true great self through exercising our bodies and our minds together. Oh, that's the next song. All right. Time for some squats.
Ball poked free. Messi shielding well against Valiente.
Lovely touch by
Gets it back.
Xavi.
Around the defense, tucking it home.
Magisterial!
And that's what he does with his
Doesn't
left.
get any better world football than this, people. It's Messi. Last week at this point. Oh, there's a terrible back pass. Caballero is left exposed. Oh my goodness.
And so I'm so mad because I'm shy and introverted and I'm sitting there nervous. I'm like, tell me about yourself. And they would tell me about themselves and I would take these copious notes And we would laugh together and we would cry together as we walked through the timeline of their life. And from that, I would be able to extract their philosophies, their beliefs, their concepts, and from that, create that foundational message that they can share with the world. And so it would be this beautiful process. And you know how they say once you do something, who is it? Malcolm Gladwell said once you do something over 10,000 hours, you know, you reach a mastery level. It reveals its secrets to you. And so that's something that I really love doing. And I'm so glad that my dad put me in awkward situations. And he's the malpracticing coach, but I am the real serious Michael Jordan coach on this planet. He's a real serious speaker, but as far as coaching, that's my thing. And I love it. I adore it, and I'm very passionate about it. And the reason why is because I do believe that there are places that we can get with someone else that we can never get alone. And when you have someone that's willing to see your blind spots and willing to hold you accountable and willing to push you into spaces that may feel a little bit uncomfortable, that's when we see greatness. That's how we see champions. That's how we see gold medal winners. Dad and I went to speak in London, England for this big MLM company. And we were speaking at the Royal Albert Hall, which was a big deal because this particular event, they had it going out in 7 different languages. And this was just a huge opportunity for us. And we were staying near the Buckingham Palace. And we get there and the client says to Dad, while we're backstage, he's doing a little office keeping. He said, listen, we're going to have a Spanish interpreter that's going to say everything once you say it. And then once you say it, it's going to go out in 7 different languages, German, Italian, French, Portuguese. So, Mr. Brown, we're going to need you to really pace yourself and take your time. And if anybody who knows about classic Les Brown back in the day, my dad's eyes got as big as 50-cent pieces. Because his style is if you want to think bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it. You know, that's classic Les Brown, right? He's like hot grease. I'm the crock pot. I'm the slow cooker. You don't see me coming, right? So Dad looked scared. And I thought to myself, wow, I had already picked out what I was going to get off of the menu at this hotel. I hope we don't get put out in London. This is not going to be good because I, in my heart, knew it was going to be challenging for him. And Dad kind of knew it, but we just went for it. And Dad got up on stage and he started going and the interpreter couldn't keep up. And they were all over each other. And it was a hot, discombobulated mess. And then finally, Dad did the most manly thing he could do. He handed the mic to me. And so I took the mic and then I got up and I put my hand around the interpreter's waist and I said a line and then he'd say the line and then I'd say a line and then he'd say the line. And we just did this beautiful dance across the stage and it was the most powerful thing I'd ever seen. I got 3 standing ovations. And then I went over to Dad and I said, honey, you can put some icing on this if you want to, but this cake has been baked. And then after that, the client said, Les, you were good, but your daughter was great.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yes.
Now, I want you to listen to something because, and Anna's a very good example. She was an introvert and she just could not see herself speaking. Yes, she is. And so, but I knew that voice is back there. So, but I want to share with you how important. There's 2 things that's going to dominate today: your brain and AI, artificial intelligence. And you are the one. You are the voice. Your story to make you stand out in the marketplace. It's very important to know there are things that you can do and impact you can make with your voice and your story. All of us have the ability to do it, but most people are not willing to put in the time and the effort to develop that skill, because we all come here the same way, dumb, naked, and speechless. How many of you ever heard the expression, don't bite off more than you can chew? Raise your hands, please. When you do that, when you challenge yourself to go beyond your comfort zone, when you do that, you discover a part of yourself that you don't know. Bite off more than you can chew. Most people go through life playing it safe and trying to do things that's predictable. But when you bite off more than you can chew, you begin to develop new skills. You begin to develop new relationships and new strategies. When I began to look at my life, I decided, I saw this gentleman speaking, and he's a dominant force in the industry. And I decided that I had some value to bring to him. And I talked to this man, and he hired me to be involved in his business and to give him strategies that could take his business to the next level. And I accomplished that goal. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it, but once I got into it, I knew I bit off more than I can chew, but one of the things that I realized that in this thing called life, you got to take a chance on you. How many took a chance on yourself? Raise your hands, please. I took a chance on me, and I did it. And as you look at yourself, look at your goals and dreams, don't discount yourself. Bet on you. When I listen to you, you got a voice. The most important, that voice that you got, you have the voice of authority. And when I listen to Evan, he has a voice of caring. I say to speakers, who you are behind the words that you speak are more important than the words that you speak. Because at the end of the day, Maya Angelou is right. She said, people don't care how much you know. They care about how much you care. That's what they're focused on. Zig Ziglar said, if you give enough people what they want, they will give you what you want. So when you have a caring heart, when you speak from your heart, you encourage people not to follow the herd, but to follow their heart, and they can begin to live the life that they were chosen to live. You see where I'm going with that? So each of us have the ability to make a difference and greater impact. Dr. King, when he gave the speech at the Washington Monument, I Have a Dream, I mentioned he did it over 200 times. But there was a speech after that by a rabbi that I felt was more powerful. He said, when something happens, there's the perpetrator, there's the victim, and there's the witnesses. He said, one would ask the question, who's the worst? Who's the guilty party there? And he said, the witnesses. Because at any point in time, they could have stepped in. At any point in time, they could have spoken. At any point in time, they could have created an intervention. Evil prevails when good men and women do nothing. We have a choice every day to be a part of the problem or a part of the solution. We can decide not to be a witness, but to use our voice, our story, and our experience to create a better world for our children and our children's children. Does that make sense? Yes. Any questions, please?
You were hired to speak for a company.
Yeah.
You would take their name, and you would take the letters of their name, and that would be kind of like your, not that you're scripted, but that would be your guide through the conversation. How long did it take you to develop, as an example, for the letter C? Let's say you were going to speak for Callaway Golf. Most people would be stuck with, well, what could I say with the word C that would be motivational, inspirational? What comes to your mind? Let's just play with
One of the most important things, a young man was at the news conference of a coach, and they had won the game. And this little young fellow asked the question, what was most important in your winning? Was it strategy or was it confidence? And the coach said, that's a good question. It was confidence. Because when you believe in yourself, if you can have the best strategy, but if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to even implement it. And the
Good evening, guys. How did it go today? Was there a time where you were so in love with what you were doing that you totally lost track of time? Well, hopefully there was. But if there wasn't, I want you to continue to visualize and think about what it is you love doing, and try to think about opportunities in the future where you can apply this. Now, I want to share with you my personal life story, just briefly. For me, when I'm involved in reading, writing, thinking about anything related to positive thought energy, things that lift me up, that remind me of what it means to be human and our unlimited potential, that's when I feel most alive. And when I do that, I lose track of time. And that's how I know that's my purpose, that's my drive, that's my energy. And I just want to remind you, never give up on finding what it is you love and pursuing it. Have a great evening, everyone. Holding the squat position. What about you? What are you going to do next? Let's go, determination. Here we go. Ready? All right. If you're doing what I'm doing, just try to keep your feet flat on the floor, looking straight ahead, going as far down as you can, your bottom towards the ground, and holding it there. As long as you can, until that music's done. Because our music, you know the truth, our music's never done. Our energy, our determination is built to last, to get through anything. Let's go, determination, let's go. If you're sweating, that's good. Feel your body releasing some of that fluid, some of that old fluid. Water. Make sure you drink lots of water when we're done. Make sure you always fill your body with good food. All right.
Do they have comeback ability with Lionel Messi taking on all comers? He's stopped by Wellings, but only half stopped. Now Messi, can he carve one individually? You can't keep a great man down.
But dummy
Lionel
through.
Messi
This
trying
might
to
be it.
tie it up. It does. He does.
Messi to Iniesta, good ball. Dani Alves. And there it is. Messi.
Next thing is commitment. When you go all in, and the difference between most people are involved in life, but they're not committed. Next time you have bacon and eggs, look at it. The chicken was involved. The pig was committed. He had to give it all up. And the next thing is consistency. That this thing called life, you can't be in the position you're just doing it every once in a while. Do what you know, not what you feel. Be consistent. Continue to show up. And those three powerful thoughts, the C of confidence, the C of commitment, and consistency, will open up a whole new world for you.
That's so good. Yeah. And it was so brilliant to see you do that. You and I created a video and audio called Here to There, where we were going to read quotes.
Yes.
And it's the funniest thing because I had prepared all of these quotes. So the way there's, Les reads a quote, and then I read a quote, and then he reads a quote, and it's all put to music. And
man, you have got to send me those saves.
It is so good.
Yeah, please do. I haven't heard those in years.
But what's so funny is I had prepared like pages of these quotes, and while I'm reading my quotes and going down, when I went back and watched the video of the recording, Les is just sitting back, and every quote I'm saying, he's just going right off the top of his head. You never read one of the quotes that I gave you. We went for an hour
That's why we have to study more than we know. I spoke at a manpower conference, and a guy, for some reason, he started counting my quotes. I did 214 and never repeated myself. Now, I want you to repeat after me, please. Magnificent obsession.
Magnificent obsession.
You have to have a magnificent obsession that what you have, what you're bringing, that is so important to you and to the world that you want to know it like the back of your hand. The world's greatest pianist said, if I miss a week of practice, I know it. If I miss 2 weeks, my critics know it. And if I miss 3 weeks, my audience knows it. I speak constantly. I'm challenging myself. I haven't done my best work yet. So I'm doing Zooms constantly because as you do it, remember Joseph Campbell, The Long Dark Journey of the Soul. There are periods that you go through and what you're pursuing, eventually it will reveal its gifts to you. You have to be obsessed with using your life as an instrument for good. That's why we're here with Evan. We have a lot of choices, but we know he's the real deal. We know this is who he is. He was built to serve, and because of the serving nature of who we are, he's attracted us, and that's why we showed up to be here to learn from him. And there are points in your life that I'm going to come to your seminar because you got something in you, and that as we just become obsessed in bringing it out. Most people just judge according to appearances. There's something called eyesight and there's mind sight. When a patient is in the hospital, when a nurse goes in the room and the doctor goes in the room, they see two different things. And there's some things that you've seen, things that you've gone through, that's a part of you. And that as you become obsessed, saying, look, I'm not going to take this to the cemetery with me. No. And there's a quote, I remember I had this nightclub in Columbus, Ohio. And I always wondered why the owner always talked to this guy who was always intoxicated at the end of the bar. And so one day I decided to talk to him before he left. And as I was approaching him, he said, many a flower has bloomed unceasingly and wasted sweetness upon the cold desert air. I said, why did you say that to me? He said, I've been listening to you on radio. He said, that's from the soliloquy of a guy in a cemetery, that many a talented and gifted persons have gone unnoticed and the world never had a chance to be exposed to their genius. Your business partner told me that you wondered why he talked to me. I used to be an engineer. I had the potential to move up and to do much more. And because of the color of my skin, they fired me. And unfortunately, as opposed to fighting to go someplace else and use my talents and skills, I stopped to take a drink. And I remember that quote, many a flower has bloomed unceasingly and wasted sweetness upon the cold desert air. Please, young man, don't be like me. Ouch. I mean,
Dad, I was like, that's enough.
yeah, so we just got to be obsessed that I'm here to do some good on the planet. And I'm going to do it no matter what. I'm going to bring it out. And I used to travel with a guy named Robert Boyd, and he was the speaker, and I was his assistant. And I always wanted to be on stage and speak like him, but he was polished and dressed well and a graduate of Ohio State University, and I have no college training, and I just could not see myself on stage. And then this guy spoke. Did I tell y'all about? Oh, this guy was speaking at a Bob Proctor event. Did I tell y'all about this? This guy was speaking, and he said, there's somebody here that should be up here holding this microphone. I didn't tell y'all this. He was boring, but he stopped and started saying things, and I felt that he was talking to me. He said, I don't know who you are, but I'm standing in your dream. You should be up here, but you've convinced yourself that you don't have what it takes. You've convinced yourself that you are not enough, that you're not qualified. And then he went on to speak, and then he stopped. He said, listen, I'm going to say this. It just dropped in my spirit, but I'm going to say it. And he looked around like he was looking for me, and I'm sitting behind the guy. I said, he looking for me? He said, the reason I'm standing up here and you are seated out there, I represent the thoughts you have rejected for yourself. Oh my God. I got up. I said, excuse me. I went outside, and this time they had telephone booths where Superman used to change his clothes, okay? And you could make a call for a dime. How many of you remember telephone booths? I called my mentor, Mike. I said, Mike? He said, yes. I said, I'm not rejecting myself anymore. Do you hear me? He said, Bernie, calm down. I said, no, I'm not rejecting myself anymore. My mother has breast cancer, and my brothers and sisters are arguing. I'm not going to put her in a nursing home. I got a story, Mike. I'm not rejecting myself anymore. I said, will you help me? And he said, yes. Repeat after me, please. Ask for help. Not because you're weak.
Not because you're weak,
But because you want to remain strong.
but because you want to remain strong.
And ask for help.
Ask for help.
And don't stop until you get it.
Don't stop until you get it.
And he came and he helped me. He saw this Les Brown before I did. He was my newsman in radio, and he always said, Brownie, you can do more than that. And I was at that time, look out, baby. This is me, LB Triple P, Les Brown, your platter playing papa. There were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only, young and single and love to mingle, certified, bona fide, indubitably qualified to bring you satisfaction and a whole lot of action. Look out, baby. I'm your love man. Those my pre-save years. I wasn't saved yet. Pre-saved, okay? So we were born and chosen for this time. You are here because you know in your heart of hearts you are built to serve. The greatest among you will be your servant. And as you live from that place, the possibility is unlimited of how you can use your voice and your story and your skills and your knowledge to begin to make a greater impact.
And congratulations, you're one video closer to who you're meant to be. Believe. To watch part 1 of Les Brown coaching my mastermind students, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. So storytelling is super important. It's very timely that you're here. Our mastermind group, these members all have successful entrepreneurs. They have successful businesses. They're trying to grow their business.
And here we are again. Back to where it all begins. Where it all begins and never ends. That source, that oneness, that consciousness, that awareness. That we know is in all of us. That power to determine, to control our minds. You see, nobody else, nothing else in this universe can do what you do every day. In the gym of life. Only you, human being, only you, infinitely intelligent being, can do the ultimate. Only you can control your mind, your thoughts, and therefore your feelings. But it takes a lot of hard work. It takes, first of all, believing that you can do it. If you don't believe in yourself, your mind health, your chance at mind wealth is not possible. But that's not the way it was meant to be. You were born to win. Control over your mind, your thoughts. To have and be all you were meant to be. And that means believing 100% in who you really are. And that is the key to your mind health and your mind wealth, your happiness, your freedom, your success, your infinite peace and love towards everything and anything. It's possible. It's all because of you, your determination, united with all of our determination. Creates that oneness, that consciousness. Determination. And that's why I love you, determination, wherever you are. I miss you, I miss being in your presence, but here today, we united. We enjoyed this process fully. And the way we do or did this is the same way we can do anything, including being the best for all those around us, wherever we are right now. So keep going, determination. Keep working on controlling your mind, because that's for all your health, mind health, your happiness, your freedom, all your love that can never be taken away. I love you, everyone. Have a great week. Until the next time.
OG on the bass, nigga.